Have you ever found yourself in a quiet room just sitting there, and suddenly it hits you it's just you, no one to cook for, no one asking how your day went, no one to sit beside at dinner? In the beginning, that peace might have felt like a gift. No noise, no clutter, just calm. But over time, the silence starts to speak, and what it says isn't always kind. It whispers of what used to be and what's no longer there. And if you felt that ache, I want you to know you're not the only one. Even when the world feels distant, your life still holds value. You still have value. Aging brings changes no one prepares us for. Friends leave this world, families grow apart, children chase their own busy paths, and all of a sudden, the home that once echoed with laughter now echoes with stillness and too much quiet. And here's the truth that rarely gets spoken: loneliness isn't just being alone, it's the loss of connection, of shared purpose, of feeling seen and understood. And that's what we're going to explore together, because solitude doesn't have to turn into sorrow. This chapter of your life can still be deeply fulfilling, even beautiful. But you have to be deliberate, you have to lean in with intention, and it begins with small steps. Let's start with something simple that can completely shift your experience: building a daily rhythm. When you're by yourself, no schedules are handed to you, no one's calling you to get moving, no deadlines unless you create them. And that freedom feels like a gift until it turns into drift. The days melt into each other. You can't recall the last real meal you made or the last time you stepped outside. So begin there, create a pattern. It doesn't have to be strict, just enough to anchor your day. Rise at the same time, make your bed, have a small morning ritual, even just sipping tea near a window or a quiet walk around the yard. Find something, however simple, for each part of your day. A touch of rhythm gives your time purpose, and purpose brings light into the silence. Now consider your living space. When it's just you, your home becomes a mirror of your inner world. It can lift you or weigh you down, often without you even realizing it. Clutter grows, corners gather dust, rooms fall quiet and untouched. And eventually you stop noticing or caring. But your environment reflects your spirit, so make it reflect the best in you. Start with one spot, clean it, let in some light. Add a plant, bring in color that makes your heart feel lighter. Hang up a photo that makes you smile. Play music that fills the air with feeling. You don't have to fix everything today, just reclaim one small part at a time. Because when your space feels full of life, you start to feel alive again. Speaking of your space, let's talk about movement. Not just working out, but the kind of movement that keeps your spirit awake. When no one is watching, it's easy to stay seated, to stay still. You sit through the news, through lunch, through long afternoons, but your body was made to move, and it still longed for that stretch, that step, that sway. Movement isn't just for health. It's a source of vitality, of emotional lift, of feeling engaged, even if all you do is stretch your arms in bed before getting up, even if it's a short stroll to the mailbox or around your kitchen, even if it's dancing to an old favorite song with no audience but yourself. Move like your body still belongs to you, because it does. Your strength didn't vanish, it just needs a little remembering. Your body still knows how to move, how to support you. You just have to wake it up again. Now let's talk about something even more transformative: reaching out to others with purpose. When you live alone, it's easy to believe no one's paying attention, that people are too caught up in their own lives. But real connection isn't something you wait for, it's something you create, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it takes courage. Reach out, call that old friend, even if it's been years. Speak kindly to the cashier, don't just smile, mean it. Join a group or club near you or online. Send a note, a text, even just a simple "I was thinking of you." People are out there, and they're craving connection too. But someone has to start. Be the one to begin. Your presence still matters, your voice still matters. There are hearts that would be lifted just by hearing yours. And if that feels overwhelming, start small. Say hello, smile, offer a cup of tea. You are not too late to build new friendships or bring old ones back to life. And if the phone hasn't rung lately, maybe it's not that they forgot you, maybe they just don't know how much you want to hear from them. Let them know, reach out. You never know what doors it might open. Sometimes what hurts most isn't the quiet, it's feeling like you've disappeared, like the world is spinning on and left you behind. But let me say this, you're still here, still breathing. And that means your story isn't finished. One of the most healing acts you can do when alone is to express your truth. When no one else is around to hear you, you need to hear yourself. Take out a journal, speak into your phone. Say your stories aloud, even if the room is empty. You've lived decades full of wisdom, joy, struggle, and insight. Those memories are worth preserving. Start by writing one story a day just for you, and maybe one day someone else will read those words and feel understood and a little less alone. Your voice carries weight. It deserves to live on. And speaking of voices, let's talk about the one you hear most, your own. We all carry self-talk inside, and when life gets quiet, that voice can grow loud and harsh. It brings up old wounds, regrets, reminders of what's been lost. But here's the thing: you have the power to shape that voice. Start noticing when it turns against you, when you catch yourself thinking, "I'm forgotten," or "I'm no longer needed." Interrupt it and say instead, "I'm still here. I still have value today. I'll do one thing just for me." Your thoughts shape your mood. Your heart listens. Self-compassion isn't soft, it's strong. It fuels you to keep moving forward even on days when nothing feels easy. And finally, one of the gentlest ways to bring warmth back into your days is by caring for something else. It doesn't have to be big. It could be a small plant on the windowsill, a pet that curls up beside you, or a neighbor who needs an extra hand. When you take care of something outside yourself, your day gains shape and meaning. You become part of a rhythm beyond your own needs. Watching a flower bloom because of your care, hearing a purr because you showed up. These little acts are not little at all. They are reminders that you still have something to give, and what you give can bring life to the quiet. These small gestures, they carry weight. They remind you that life still pulses within you and moves all around you. When you're needed, you feel alive, and you are needed even if no one puts it into words. Now let's turn to something that often goes overlooked: creativity. When you're by yourself, your mind can get stuck running through the same thoughts again and again. One of the most powerful ways to break that cycle is to make something: paint, cook, knit, write a few lines of poetry, or craft something with your hands. It doesn't have to be impressive or perfect, it just needs to be yours. Creative acts help emotions move. They give shape to what you feel inside. They turn silence into color. And when you look at what you've created, you'll remember there's still beauty in you, still imagination, still life. One thing many forget when they're alone is laughter. We stop laughing as if joy no longer belongs to us, as if humor fades without company. But even in solitude, there are reasons to smile. Watch something that makes you chuckle, flip through comics, call a friend who always lifts your spirits. Laughter won't fix everything, but it softens the edges. It makes the burden a little lighter. And those little moments of ease, they matter. They build up. They refill your soul. You deserve to smile. You deserve to laugh, even when there's no one beside you, even when things feel hard. Joy isn't earned by effort, it's welcomed by the heart. Let yourself feel it, let it stay, let it grow. Because even now, this quiet time holds space for happiness. There's something incredibly freeing about realizing being alone doesn't mean being forgotten. Sometimes it's an invitation to reconnect with the deepest parts of yourself, your rhythm, your voice, your truth. And that also means learning how to sit with your sadness, because it will come. Grief doesn't knock, it just arrives. You'll hear a song, smell a familiar meal, see a photo, and suddenly feel the weight of who's no longer here. It hits hard, and it's real. Don't run from it. Let yourself mourn, let yourself miss them. It's okay to cry, it's human, it's loving. But when the tears slow, find something gentle to bring you back. Take a short walk, light a candle, say their name with warmth. Not ache, turn the memory into something that holds you, not something that breaks you. Grief may always linger, but it doesn't get to take up all the space. Make room for joy, make room for peace. Let hope find a corner too. And one of the most beautiful ways to welcome hope is to give your time, your care, your energy. Even now, especially now, you still have so much to offer. Help at a library, tutor a child, cook something for someone in need. Giving doesn't just help others, it repairs the parts of you that feel forgotten. It shows you that your presence still counts, that your wisdom, your kindness, your steady hands still matter. Don't hide those gifts. Don't convince yourself it's too late. It's not. You still have something important to share, and someone out there is quietly hoping to receive it. And just as you give, don't be afraid to ask for help. You've carried so much for so long, but strength doesn't mean doing it all alone. It also means knowing when to reach for support. If you're facing emotional pain, physical challenges, or financial stress, please speak up. Call your doctor, confide in your pastor. Let your family or someone in your circle know what's going on. People can't help if they don't know you're hurting, and there is no shame in needing Help not now, not ever. Needing others doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise, and it opens the door for healing, for comfort, for a fresh start. And while we're on the subject of starting fresh, don't stop dreaming. Just because you're older doesn't mean you've run out of chances. You still have time to grow, to feel, to explore. Maybe it's finally taking that road trip you always talked about. Maybe it's trying your hand at painting, or picking up a new language, or joining that local choir. Dreams aren't just for the young, they're for the living. And you are still fully alive, so take a breath, close your eyes, imagine something that excites you, and take one single step in that direction. You never know what it might awaken in you. The fact that you're still here listening means something. It means you care about yourself. It means your spirit is still curious, still resilient, still open to change. That is incredibly powerful, because sometimes solitude isn't a decision we make. Sometimes it just happens slowly over time. Sometimes people go, sometimes life changes, and we find ourselves sitting in a world that feels different than it once did. But here's what remains the same: your power to choose how you greet the day, your ability to care for yourself, to think with intention, to give love, to live with heart, even now, after all you've seen and survived. So as we bring this moment to a close, I want to offer something simple but strong. You are not just passing time, you are still living, still building, still becoming, one step, one breath, one brave act at a time. Loneliness might knock on your door, but it doesn't have to move in, because your heart still carries meaning, your hands still hold potential, your voice still speaks truth. And each morning you wake up, you have the chance to ask, what can I do today to feel truly alive? And the answers will come in small, quiet ways, in the way the morning air feels in your garden, in a chat with someone who truly listens, in a warm cup of tea held gently in your hands, in a song that stirs something in your soul, in a prayer, in a laugh that surprises you. This is not the closing of your book, it's just a softer, slower chapter, and it's full of grace, full of space to rediscover yourself, to find peace, to live gently but fully. So please give yourself that chance. Don't just drift through these days, choose them. And if this message found a home in your heart, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Tell us one small thing you'll do this week just for yourself. And if this video meant something to you, give it a like. It helps others discover this space, this sense of belonging. And don't forget to subscribe to Strong Elderly Life. We're here every week with real conversations, honest, uplifting truths for those of us living this chapter with wisdom and courage. Because you're not walking alone anymore, we're right here with you, walking alongside you. Here's to your peace, here's to your strength, here's to living your best life now in this moment. Just as you are, you've got this, and we're cheering you on.